Good morning. How's it going? Need to find my phone. There we go. For today's sequence, you might want a block, a mat, somewhere comfortable to do yoga, whatever is best for you. We're going to, I don't know what we're going to do yet today, actually. It's been a busy work day. Clearly, my dog is ready for some down dog or some up dog, maybe. So, welcome again. Let's start some music. As always, I play music on Spotify. That lets me not get into copyright trouble with YouTube, but it also allows you to pick whatever music is best for you. I'm going to go with, what am I going to play? I guess Dylan Yoga 7 today. Let's start with that. As you settle in, maybe start to rock around. I'm sitting on the edge of a block. You could just sit on the earth or start to rotate your hips around and just start to relax. Maybe sit back against an imaginary wall. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Palms might face up, wrists on the edge of your knees if you'd like. Maybe your pointer finger and thumb come together. So it's Gyan Mudra. And just continue to breathe nice and slow through your nose, inhaling and exhaling. Yoga starts with the foundation with your breath, and then your mind and body follow along. It's this union that makes yoga amazing because it helps you bring things together, relax yourself, improve your nervous system, digestion. Like there's all sorts of benefits you can experience from doing a regular yoga practice. And there are many different kinds of yoga. I tend to teach sort of 3 or 4 different kinds. Today is what's known as a Vinyasa flow sequence, which tends to have a flow, but I do it fairly deliberately. So some Vinyasa flow classes will have you move with every breath count. And I find that that can be a very challenging thing to do remotely because I can't keep an eye on you and I don't have the ability to give you a bunch of clues or cues to help you improve your practice. So instead, when I teach online, I tend to do a very deliberate sequence. And what that allows me to do is give you time to really experience and feel it. And in many ways, that can be more difficult than a fast moving vinyasa flow because you're forced to hold things and hold them well rather than just rushing from one posture to the next. On Sundays, I usually also teach a gentle version of a vinyasa flow, which is something intended more for beginners. But anyone's welcome to it. It just means we're a bit less aggressive on the poses we do. And the sequence is a bit more deliberate even beyond that. But regardless if you're a beginner or an expert, there are always things to be able to do well and things that will be challenging. And you can modify your sequence to meet your own needs as you see fit. And then I also do a restorative class, which is sort of like a yin class. It's sort of like a restorative class, but it doesn't follow either discipline strictly because what I'm really looking to do is hold gentle postures deliberately. Some of them may not be gentle for you, but take the time to really hold pigeon for a while or really open your hips or shoulders. And so it's a very nice thing. And it's often great for sleeping better. And then sometimes once or twice a week in my Vinyasa flow classes, I'll add wall work or things that help you do inversions a bit better. That's typically on a Friday. So today's Thursday. We're going to do a very deliberate Vinyasa sequence as I think through this. And I'm on the verge of sneezing. It's allergy season, not the coronavirus, as though Even if it was, you're not going to catch it from me. So let's go ahead and get started. Open your eyes, and we're going to inhale our arms up overhead, nice and slow, and exhale, release. And continue this with your own breath a couple more times, nice and slow, and start to feel your spine a little frustrated from being bottled up. You just need some calmness or some release, some frustration, whatever you need. Set that as your focus as you start to roll your shoulders forward and back a few times in each direction. And just start to open up our spine and get moving. Now let's inhale our arms up overhead again, and let's exhale, release to the right side. Bring your hand beside you and just lean. Maybe look under your arm today. Try and keep both of your glutes seated on the earth or on your block. Maybe with each exhale, you lean a little deeper into the side. Maybe your forearm comes all the way to the earth. Inhale, slowly rise up through center. And exhale, release to the left side. And again, maybe look under your arm today. Or you could always look forward or down at your hand. Whatever's good for you. And inhale, slowly rise back up through center. We're going to exhale, take a twist to the right. Right hand behind your low back, left hand outside your knee. Sit up nice and tall, don't lean forward or back if you can avoid it. And then slowly rotate from your belly, looking behind you. And as you breathe, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. Keeping the twist in your body, inhale, just turn your head to the front and look over your left shoulder. And exhale, release. Take the block out, and I'm going to switch sides for my crossing of my legs. It just helps me have a bit of a different experience. Inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale, release the left side. It's interesting, we generally always favor our cross-legged seating in one leg over the other. So switching the legs just helps you restore balance and get used to sitting in the opposite way. Keeping that twist in the body, inhale and start to slowly look forward and over your right shoulder. And exhale, release. Now we're going to do some seated cat-cows. I'm just going to sit back a little so you can see me a little bit better. Place your hands on your shins. And we're going to inhale, glide our low back and upper back and chest forward, shoulders back, head looking forward. And exhale, round your spine, starting from the bottom, working your way up, and eventually looking down. Continue with your own breath, inhaling, extend, exhaling, round. And note that this motion is starting to open up our spine, but also prepares us for a more complete cat-cow, and it reminds us to not swing our head when we do cat-cow. We don't want to strain our neck by jarring it or swinging it through the air. We just want to get a nice stretch of our spine. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Return to neutral. And now we're going to bring our hands together. And today we'll just point our hands out, interlacing our fingers. Inhale our arms up overhead. And exhale, round the spine forward. Inhale up. And this time, exhale to the side on the right. Inhale up. Exhale, round and forward. Inhale up. And exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, round forward. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, round forward. Inhale up. And exhale to the side. And inhale up. And release your hands. And just start to look down at your right shoulder on your inhale, and exhale, slowly rotate your head through the center and off to the side. Continue to take nice, slow, deliberate circles. The slower, the better. The more you'll feel it. Anywhere that's tight, just pause there and let some air in through your nose and out to help relieve any discomfort you might be feeling. And just continue. And then maybe rotate in the other direction. Nice and slow. Turn to neutral. And then my other favorite spine opener, the teeter-totter. One hand facing me, the other hand facing you. Get a nice firm grip on your hands like this. And then we're just gonna inhale one elbow up, the other down. Exhale, release to neutral. Inhale the other side up and down, neutral. Continue with your own breath. The focus here is to get a nice stretch on the sides of our neck. By inhaling and exhaling, just moving our arms. We're not leaning or doing anything like that. We're just tilting our arms. Once more on each side. And return to neutral. Then we're going to, what should we do? Let's go ahead and bring our feet out into butterfly. And your feet can either be close to your body or they can be further away if that's what you prefer today. I'm gonna start close and see how that feels. And just try to sit up nice and tall and open up your hips a little bit. Don't push too hard, we're still getting warmed up. Maybe just rock side to side gently. We're gonna bring our legs out wide as is comfortable. You can just bring them straight ahead of you if you want. Engage your quads to try to sit up nice and tall. Inhale your arms up overhead and exhale, just fold forward. And don't worry too much about depth, just focus on maybe where your hands can reach. Maybe your head comes towards the earth, maybe you only come a few inches forward. Maybe you reach your big toes with your thumbs and pointer middle finger, and maybe you bend your elbows to help yourself stretch, but don't pull too hard. Just help yourself surrender. Inhale, slowly rise up. And exhale, we're gonna bring right hand towards the right foot, arm on the inside, and exhale, that left hand over our head and lean towards the right side. Then we're gonna inhale, slowly come up and just rotate towards that side. And surrender towards the earth. Inhale, slowly rise up. Arms up overhead. And then we're gonna lean down to that left side. Right hand and left hand inside your left leg. Right arm up overhead. Maybe twisting from the core and the belly. Then inhale, switch your twist, and exhale, fold forward and surrender. Do what's right for you. Maybe it's just a couple inches, maybe your forehead meets your knee. More likely it's somewhere in between. You'll notice that bending your elbows helps your shoulders relax, which helps your hips relax, which helps you fold a little bit more. Inhale, slowly rise up. And we're gonna bring our legs in front of us. It's one of my favorites. I don't usually do it 2 days in a row, but this is your lucky week. So we're gonna inhale. You have the option of just pointing and flexing your toes or lifting your foot up and over a couple of inches and then pointing and flexing. Direction. And then rotate the other direction. We're doing about half as long on this as yesterday. And go ahead and release. And just bring your other foot up and over and start to point and flex. And start to rotate in one direction. If you want a more deliberate experience with this, you can watch my video from yesterday, April 1st, which was not a joke. Rotate the other direction. And we're going to go ahead and, if you have a block, you might want to grab it. We're going to gently roll onto our back. Place the block between our quads. So not where your knees are. I'm basically going to come into bridge with a block or a pillow or something between our legs. If you don't have anything, you could just imagine your legs coming together But having something here helps it settle. We're going to inhale up for a bridge, for body up, and exhale, release. 1 second. She went hiking auto. So now we're going to inhale floating. So inhale our body up and our arms up overhead. And exhale, release back down to the earth. Gently moving vertebrae by vertebrae. On your next breath, inhale or exhale, you can lift up. And then the opposite for rolling back down. We're just starting to open up our hips. Okay, Otto, thanks. Inhale up and exhale down. And having that block there really helps you engage your muscles to focus on improving your bridge when you don't have a block. Sometimes with bridge, your tendency is just kind of go out here. This helps you do is really align and focus on using your core. One more time, go ahead and release. Set the block off to the side and just bring your knees to your chest and gently rock side to side. Maybe come to happy baby, grabbing the outsides of your feet with your hands, continuing to rock side to side maybe. Or maybe you bring soles of your feet together for reclined butterfly and just lay and rock gently side to side. Now what we're going to do is release our feet to the earth, keep our toes together. And if you have that block, again, great. And if not, don't worry about it. Or you might just lift, but we're going to maybe place the block under our sacrum. And just surrender here. Let our hips go out, palms face up. We're just going to release some stress, maybe some trauma. And if that's too easy, you could always remove the block and just sit here in the air. If you don't have a block or anything, you can just, and it's just too much, you can always just lower your bottom to the earth and you'll still get something out of this experience. I'm starting to continue to breathe. And exhale, slowly release. And bring one arm up overhead, roll to that side, and then gently walk up to hands and knees. I'm going to do some cat-cow sequences. I'm going to adjust the camera angle a little bit. There we go. So anytime you're on your hands, you'll hear me say this every time I teach. You want your fingers spread wide, little space between your hands and the earth as possible. Your elbows are slightly bent even when your arms are straight. And this will all take pressure off your wrists. Similarly, you can imagine your outer two fingers and your knuckle and finger mounds doing work, being active. And again, this is all to take pressure off your wrists. Your knees are hip width apart or maybe an inch or two behind them. We're going to inhale, lower our belly, lower our chest, glide it forward, shoulders back, head forward for our cow. And then exhale, lift first from the bottom of your back, and then your upper back, and then you start to look down. And just continue with your own breath, inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. Do with return to neutral. And today we're just going to do something a little different. I just felt like I've been doing too much of the same thing. We're just going to bring our right leg back, just rock it side to side. And then I want you to go straight into moon. So inhale it up and over, tap twice on your left side, and up and over on the other side, and tap twice on the right. And just back and forth. Just opening up our hips. One more time on each side. Hand out to reach your foot, just glide forward and kick into it. And then maybe bend your front elbow and just come down and try and kick a little higher. And then slowly release into child's pose. Toes together, knees out, and surrender. Let's say instead of our normal twist, something a little different. I'm just going to try and roll gently onto one side a little bit. Inhale back through center and just gently roll onto the other side. And come back to hands and knees. And this time, bring your left foot behind you on the earth and just rock it forward and back. Opening up that Achilles, and the calf and hamstring. Now we're going to inhale up and over out to the right side of your mat and tap twice. Breathing back and forth, focusing on height over width or speed for this moon. Once more on each side. And then go ahead and hold it and balance it behind you. And then you have the option to take the heart opener by bending your knee and reaching the opposite hand to meet that foot and glide the chest forward, kicking back gently, shoulders remain back. And then exhale, release. Come through hands and knees. And curl your toes and come into our down dog. Straighten one leg, bend the other. Forming a nice upside down V shape. And then glide forward into a plank. You could be on your knees or just hover and hold. Or you can come onto your forearms if you prefer. Try to keep your back pretty flat. Stay on the balls of your feet. You could rock forward and back a little bit if that helps. And exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Bottom up, push up. Start with a cobra. So plant your forearms on the earth and just gently keep your elbows next to your body. Gently lift yourself up, stretching your low back. Exhale, release to the earth. Come up through cobra again. And this time, if you want, you could lift your hands for baby cobra and just feel your low back and feet and quads doing the work. Exhale, release. Inhale up through a push-up and back to down dog. And inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. And exhale, fold forward. Head hangs heavy. Hands maybe on opposite elbows, helping you surrender your head to the earth. Relaxing your hamstrings and low back. Continuing to breathe. With each exhale, maybe you surrender your head a little closer to the earth. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. And inhale, slowly rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and slow. Inhale your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and just point your pointer finger out and your other fingers are interlaced like that. Okay. And on your next exhale, lean to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale, lean back a little bit. And then releasing the bind, bring your hands to your low back. Fingers point down, elbows back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Maybe interlace your fingers. And then when you reach the bottom, maybe straighten your legs and arms a bit. Inhale, release your hands to your low back. Exhale, glide your hands past the earth and rise up through chair. Bending your knees, straightening your arms, relaxing your shoulders. Try and sit up nice and tall while keeping your knees nice and bent. You're welcome to stay here or bring your left ankle on your right quad and bring your hands to heart center, just sitting down. And you're welcome to inhale, keeping the hands where they are. Bring your left leg back. We're in a crescent of sort. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, float your hands forward and then back. Hover and hold. Front knees bent. Inhale your arms up. Hands to heart center. And exhale, bring your foot back forward. Sit down in chair again, this time with your hands to heart center. And then try to bring your right ankle over your left quad and surrender into it a little bit. Inhale, rise up and try and bring the right foot back through crescent. Arms up, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, float your arms back, hover and hold. And inhale, rise back up. Hands to heart center. Bring your feet back together. I realized I had you at the back of the mat and I had you go back. So there's that. The challenges of having a square mat. Just stand up tall and engage our quads in mountain pose. Engage our glutes. Bring our shoulder nice and back, chest forward, palms face forward. Maybe close your eyes. Just breathe and surrender into the strength of standing tall. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale your arms into cactus arms. Elbows at shoulder height or higher. Inhale your right heel up. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, return to center. Lower the right heel, lift the left heel. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Down dog, wherever you're at. From here, we're going to take an elephant walk. Elephant walk, you could do this on your knees, or you could do this like you are in down dog shape. Basically, we're just going to walk ourselves around the room, trying to keep our arms and legs mostly straight, and just walk around. And just do it for a little bit. I'm finding all the dirt on my mat. And eventually find your way back to your mat. Come to your hands and knees. And rise up through low crescent this time. Bring your hands together up overhead. Intertwine your fingers, point your fingers again. Inhale up and tall, and exhale, lean to your right. Inhale, rise up through center, and exhale, try to lean to the left without falling. Inhale, rise up through center. Plant your hands. Come up through standing splits, planting your hands, lifting that top foot, forehead towards your knee. Inhale, back down. Bring your knees together behind you for narrow knee child's pose for a breath. Inhale, glide your chest forward. Rise up through up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. And inhale your left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale, rise up to crescent, low crescent. Interlace your fingers, point your finger up. And exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lean to the right. Inhale up. So plant your hands. Come through standing splits on the left side. And exhale, release back to low lunge. Back knee back. Narrow knee child's pose for a breath. Inhale, glide your chest and heart forward. Up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to your shins, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up through chair. And exhale, straighten your arms and legs. Maybe come onto your toes for a couple breaths. Exhale, release your heels. Just bring your hands down beside you. We're going to inhale the right arm up overhead. Side. Just a couple more times on each side. Just nice, slow, deliberate side opener. Now, we're at the back of our mat. So we're going to come into dancer pose and then tree pose. So, and then maybe some warrior C. So we're going to inhale our right hand up beside us, left hand on our hip. And exhale, just try to bring your foot up and just try to grab it without twisting your arm. So you're grabbing the outside of your foot, thumb on the inside. You can stay here, or you can exhale, fold forward, and maybe your foot comes up past your head, maybe it doesn't. And inhale, rise up, catch your front knee in front of you. And then gently bring it either down to your calf or to your quad for tree. Hands to heart center, and just balance. Maybe engage your left quad. And exhale, slowly release and pivot into warrior C. And exhale, rise back up, hands together into mountain. If that was too much, the balancing thing isn't yours. Just focus on moving things around in roughly the same position, but with your other foot on the ground. It's perfectly fine. Inhale your arms up overhead. Now we're going to take dancer on the left side. So left hand's face up. Bring your left foot to meet it. And just start tall. And then when you feel like you've got good balance, you can bring your right hand forward, left foot up towards the sky, and you start to lean forward. And then inhale, slowly rise up and grab your front knee with both arms. Give it a nice stretch up. And then decide where you're coming for your tree. So it could be planted on your calf. Just avoid your knee. And your front toe just might be pigeoned in a little bit, which might give you a little more balance. And then hands to heart center, or you could bring them up like a full tree, bring them behind you, whatever feels good for you. You're going to inhale, bend the knee, and exhale, sort of teeter-totter into warrior C. And inhale, rise back up. Might have been a little short. Sorry about that. If you feel like you need a little more, just go back and pause and join you in a moment. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward and walk yourself into a plank. You're gonna come into side plank. So you're welcome to do any variation you like. Knees to the earth if you want. Right knee looks like that. Left leg straight or raised. Or you could stack. When you stack, or when you want a good side plank in general, your shoulder is back in the same plane, just like in a triangle. Your elbows bent, you're lifting with your hips, top foot's engaged back. Exhale, release. Inhale, switch sides. Do what's right for you. Exhale, release to center. And take a Vinyasa flow. High push-up to low push-up. Up dog or cobra. To down dog. Let's come onto our hands and knees. Walk your hands back up to your knees. And we're going to do sort of a floating camel. So your toes stay curled on the way up and they flatten to the earth on the way down. So on the way up, we're going to inhale our arms up overhead, nice and slow and tall, and exhale, straighten your toes and just start to fold forward. And maybe you only reach here, or maybe you come all the way basically to a rabbit pose. Inhale, slowly rise up, and as you rise up, you can curl your toes under for support. Inhale up, and then exhale, slowly release, planting the tops of your feet, and slowly pivoting down. You can just leave your arms on your low back for this whole thing. If that's easier, you can do it like this. Or you can bring your arms up, whatever's right for you. And go and surrender one more time. And then staying here, bring your knees out wide. It's like child's pose, but we're gonna come onto our fingertips and just sort of get a little stretch. Maybe your chest or lips or both come to the earth. Inhale, walk yourself back up to hands and knees. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up in the air behind you. Exhale, glide it forward and come into warrior A. Front knee is bent, back leg straight. Front knee 45-degree angle. Back left foot out. Sorry, front foot forward. Back foot out at a 45-degree angle. Hips forward. Shoulders relaxed. Arms up, straight. Maybe bending that front knee a little bit more. We're going to inhale through warrior C, so float. And then exhale back to warrior B. Now your feet are in the same alignment, your heels are aligned. Front knee's bent, tracking over your ankle. Your upper body's vertical, pointed out to the side. Arms out, shoulders relaxed. Look over your front fingers for warrior B. Maybe lift your front toes and replant them if they're doing too much work. Keep that front knee bent. And we're going to inhale, flip that front palm up and lean back for reverse warrior. That leaning forward helps us decompress the spine a bit. And then straighten that front leg, keep the arms where they are for reverse triangle. I'm going to move just so you can see a little better what I'm doing. And then inhale, just move the arms, keep the legs straight. Then exhale, lean forward with your hips and arms. And exhale, tilt into triangle. Top hand is actually pulling straight up, shoulders pulling back into the same plane as your legs. Bottom hand really isn't doing much. Don't actively dump into this, actively lift up and resist gravity. Then exhale, bend that front knee into side angle. Take a wrap, or you could bring the hand inside your leg. You could bring both hands forward like you're holding on to the world with your hands. We're gonna exhale, take a twist and do a revolved side angle. So keep that left hand planted inside that right foot and bring that right arm up overhead if you can, or maybe wrap it all the way around. And exhale back to center and slowly walk your hands off to the side. Take a wide-legged forward fold, heels out, toes in. Inhale, start neutral, flat back. And exhale, fold forward to wherever feels good. You could do a handstand or headstand here if you'd like. You plant your forearms in the earth. You could just gently fold. Bring your hands behind your heels. Do what's right for you. If you're in headstand, maybe start to come out of it. Everyone come up to half lift, heel toe your feet closer together. We're gonna rise up through star and then goddess. So heels out, or heels in, toes out, roughly the same plane. Inhale your arms up overhead, and exhale, bend your knees and elbows, and maybe lift onto your toes. If you're shaking, you are the only one. Not really. I'm shaking too. Inhale, straighten your arms and legs. Hands to your hips, heel toe your feet back out wide. Exhale, release to the earth, and walk back to the front of your mat. To three-legged dog. Take a vinyasa flow, high push-up to low push-up. Up dog to down dog. And then we're going to inhale our left leg back, and exhale, glide it forward for warrior A. Switch directions. Front knees bent, front foot's forward, back legs on a separate plane like this. You see my legs are not on like a single tray track, but multiple train tracks. And that back foot is out at 45-degree angle. Bend that front knee, hips twist forward, shoulders relax, arms up overhead. Equal balance and warrior poses between front and back body, front and back leg. And we're going to inhale, float to warrior C. And exhale, release the foot back for warrior B. Now the back foot's in the same plane as our front. Foot's out at a 90-degree angle, heels over, upper body's vertical, arms out, shoulders relaxed, look forward. Keep that front knee bent, front toes lifted. Breathe. Inhale, flip that front palm, lean forward, and then lean back for reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent, back leg straight. And inhale, straighten that front leg, lift that top hand up higher. Reverse triangle, and keep the legs where they are. Inhale the arms to warrior B arms. And exhale, lean forward with the hips and the arms, and tilt the triangle. Keep that top hand up, top shoulder back, legs straight. Actively lifting up with that top hand. And exhale, bend that front knee for side angle, any variation you'd like. And exhale, twist, and then plant that left hand side, or that right hand side, that left foot, and twist open for revolve side angle. Keep that back leg straight. Come on to the balls of your feet. And exhale, release. Then walk yourself through middle for a wide-legged forward fold on the side. Maybe take a handstand if that's in your practice. It's not in mine today. With a wall it is, but not without the wall. Whenever you're ready, come back up to half lift. We're gonna do a yogi lunge. So walk off towards your right foot. You could just stand there, or you could bend, lift your top toes. You could bring your arms up, sit up nice and tall, whatever is best for you. Just trying to get a little stretch in the hamstring and hip flexor. And then you can walk off to the other side if you'd like. And do whatever is right for you on each side. No need to compete or compare or judge yourself. Just do what feels good for you today. Exhale, release. And walk yourself back to the front of your mat. Take a vinyasa flow, high push-up to low push-up. Inhale for your up dog, and exhale for your down dog. And then come to hands and knees. I'm just gonna check the clock. Okay. Surrender into child's pose. Knees out, toes together, arms forward. And plant your hands and knees. Inhale, your right leg behind you, and exhale, glide it forward. Outside your hands, We're in high lizard. You're welcome to stay here for a while or surrender to your forearms or forearms on a block, or take a balancing posture, planting your hands and resting on your forearms, or coming out to bird of paradise, my favorite. You can either heel toe your foot out or just bring your leg out to the side. Sole of your foot is planted on the earth. Arm is under your leg just for a little support. And you look over to that side. Your hand can be either in front of you or off to your side on the left, whatever feels better for you. If you've listened to my class before, you know I love this posture because it's an amazing reminder that yoga is about surrender, not strength. This looks really difficult, but it's really not once you just get comfortable moving into it and letting your body do what it was trained to do. Or rather, what it knows to do rather than what you've trained it to do. Wherever you're at, slowly rise back up to high lizard and straighten that front leg for half split. Or if that feels good, you can slide further forward for a fuller expression of the posture. Maybe your forehead comes towards your knee. Maybe you place hands under your blocks under your hands or under your hamstring. Inhale, slowly come back up. If you have bad knees, come onto your back and bring a knee to your chest. Or figure four. Otherwise, just heel toe your foot out to the side. And come into pigeon. Check your alignment. Start tall. So shin parallel to the front of your mat. It's your back leg back. Front knee outside. You can always place a block under this hip if that helps you. Sometimes I just put a block there. Feel where you're supposed to be seated. And then start to walk forward. And if that feels good, you could shimmy your forearms further forward. Or you could bend your elbows and bring your hands together and your thumbs to your C7 behind your head if that feels good. And from here, go ahead and slowly walk up and sit on that side. Bring that left leg straight to meet your right foot. We're just going to inhale our arms up overhead and exhale, fold forward over that left leg and foot. Maybe bend your elbows to surrender a little bit more. Bending your elbows helps your shoulders relax. I don't mean to use it to force yourself down. Inhale, slowly rise up. Come back up to hands and knees. Let's just shake out that right hip and plant our hands and knees. Inhale the left leg back behind you, parallel the earth, toes pointing down. Exhale, glide it forward into a high lizard or high humble warrior. Just stay here for a few breaths first. You're welcome to stay here the whole time, or bring your forearms towards the earth or onto a block, or plant your hands and take a balancing posture, or surrender all the way down for bird of paradise. Which is definitely what I need today. Continue breathing. Do what's right for you. And now slowly rise up. Straighten that front leg, the half split, or further down for a fuller expression of the pose. All week, this side's been much tighter than the other side. So I'm just kind of taking it easy on this side. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Go onto your back if you need pigeon. Something besides pigeon. Otherwise, heel toe your foot out to the side for pigeon. Front shin is as parallel to the front of your mat as you can tolerate. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe place that block under there, maybe not. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Surrender. Maybe surrender a little deeper. Shimmying further forward or bringing your hands up, adding a tricep stretch. Inhale, slowly rise up. Sit on that side. Bring that right leg forward. Left foot inside your right leg. Inhale your arms up overhead and exhale, fold forward. Maybe observe how much more flexible you are with a forward fold now compared to the beginning of class. My forehead and my mind is flat on my knee. My body is not the same, and that's okay. Inhale, slowly rise up. We're gonna go straight to our backs from here. Just plant your hands, touch your feet, and surrender onto your back. Maybe get a block nearby. Not for this immediate moment, but for in a few moments. First, bring your knees to your chest. Just gently rock side to side again. And bring your hands and arms out like a T. Knees bend, or you can take any spinal distribution you like. We're gonna inhale, tall, and exhale. Knees off to the right side to the earth. And you can stay here, or you can put a block under your knees for support, or between your knees if that helps. Try and keep that right shoulder planted. Look off to the right side. And you're welcome to stay here. Or you could straighten your top or both legs out towards your hand if you like that. Just keep that left and that right shoulder planted. Inhale back up through center. And exhale, release to the left. And again, look off to that left side now. Look over your hand. Use a block if you want. Keep the shoulders flat. Or maybe straighten the legs off to the right side. Continue breathing. Surrender a little more. Bend your knees, bring them back to center. Bring your feet to the earth. Let's check the clock again. So from here, I invite you to do your choice of bridge, shoulder stand, plow, handstand, headstand. I am going to get my other mat out and go to the wall and do headstand for a moment. But if bridge is probably the best, or you could even just do legs up the wall with a block, either with the wall or just put a block under your belly and just shoot your legs up to the sky if you like. I just haven't done much here, so I want to try and get a. For headstand, your palms are together, interlacing your fingers. Head comes to the earth. Sort of walk into a dolphin. Just kind of kick yourself up. You can look forward, lifting your head a little bit. And then maybe bring your feet off the wall a little bit and balance. If anyone had told me a couple years ago I could even come close to doing a headstand, I would have thought they were crazy. Wherever you're at, When you're ready, start to come into Shavasana by first stretching our arms and legs up tall and down low, toes curled back. And you can either come to traditional Shavasana or you can come into supported fish if you like. If you have blocks. I'm just going to do traditional Shavasana today. I'm going to bring my shoulders actively closer together to kind of simulate fish. Palms face up, toes out, heels in. Back of my neck straight, resting on that bone on the back of my head. Close my eyes and just relax. Just breathe normally through the nose. And as you lay here, maybe think back to that intention you set at the beginning of class. Maybe think about it a little bit again. Maybe you reflect on how you feel compared to just 1 hour ago. They call it yoga practice for a reason, rather than yoga meet or contest or champion or perfection. Yoga is about finding the right experience for you, doing your best to connect your mind, body, and breath, not overdoing it, not causing yourself pain, not getting hurt, and just finding good practice for yourself. There's no right or wrong, just different expressions, some of which are more efficient than others. And if you're active in yoga, whatever you do today may be different than what you did yesterday or 6 months ago. You're always learning new things about yourself and about the practice. There's nothing to apologize for, just do what's right for you. We're going to slowly start to bring life back to our hands and feet, wiggling our fingers and toes, maybe windshield wipering them side to side. Maybe you plant your feet out wide at the edge of your mat and just windshield wiper your legs a bit. Give yourself a little bit more. A spinal and hip twist. Bring knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Arms up overhead, legs down long. One more stretch. And just leave one arm up overhead. Roll to that side. Take a couple breaths. And inhale, slowly work your way up to your seated posture. Maybe place a block under your edge of your seat. Just give your hips a rest. Come back to seated like we started class. Inhale our arms up slowly overhead. And again, just reflect how this feels compared to an hour ago. Maybe you feel some tingling in your hands. Do it a couple more times with your own breath. Maybe you feel more relaxed. Maybe you feel warm. Maybe you felt some pain that had to come out of your body. Yoga is said to bring out what's already in you and then help you release it. And just bring your hands down to heart center. It's a true joy to be able to do this for you every day. I feel like we all need just something to help keep our immune system strong and help us keep our sanity as we're at home. But I think these videos will be great even after the coronavirus quarantine stuff is over. Mostly just thank you for joining me and encouraging me and making time for yourself so that you can make time for others and have more energy and strength. I bow to the light and sound and all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or requests or feedback, either tell me now in chat or send me an email or find me on social media or whatever. Thank you for everything. And I hope to see you in the future. Thanks. Bye-bye.